What's up, guys? We got the T-33 out here. We tried it yesterday. We got a little bamboozled. Today I'm going to launch it without the vector and see how she does. Yesterday, you'll see right here, it didn't go so well. Let's try it without the vector. We'll do some passes. And up. All right. Slow it back. This is no vector, guys. No vector. It's tipping one way. We're gonna make a couple adjustments. Let's go up and see what the vector does. All right, that's the vector right there. Let's go high vector. Oh, there's no pull, no turn to it. That's full turn. All right, turning vector off. All right, let's get it trimmed in now. Still a little bit tail heavy, to be honest with you guys. Looks beautiful. Looks beauty. Looks beautiful, but it needs to be more nose heavy. So we're on the vector right now. Let's take a couple passes with the vector on. I'll try to get it down low enough. Be like a mug right now. See it flying that kind of alpha? And then stab it out. 3S, I'd be scared on this one, to be honest with you guys. I'd be scared. I'm gonna take it out and do a long sideways pass. Look at that. I'm flying vector right now, guys. And I would be scared to use it on 3S. Like, I have almost got to give it 3/4 power. We're just gonna come in, see if we can get a slow flyby. And she's gone. Up, over, and back. Let's do a quick pass. Needs a little more throw on the aileron. Little more throw on the aileron. And because it's so tail heavy, it acts funny upside down. So if I was to flip it, yeah, it's a 1/4 up stick. 1/4 up just to flip it. And it's shaky. And remind you, there's no wind out here, guys. So let's get that set up right, and maybe we'll do another flight. All right, coming back. Yep, we need to be a little more nose heavy, folks. Go wide, try to come in screen here. There it is, just cruising along. All right, we got Yeah, all right. It's time to come in for a landing, folks. Saw that. I hope that was on video. I hope that was on video. All right. Camera off. Coming in. We're going out and wide. Coming off this way. Bleeding off this way. And coming in right here. Nice. Nice, guys. We did it, guys. Another one down for the Richter scale. We did it. CG on this 4S15 needs to go forward even more. I was like barely nose heavy on the front one. We're gonna go definite nose heavy next flight around. Thank you for watching, guys. Stay up with SupremeRC and be sure to hit that thumbs up. I love you. I'll see you on the tripod. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome back to SupremeRC. Today, we're gonna mess with a little micro EDF action. We got a few airplanes from Aero's Hobby. I've got the Viper over here, as you see. You've probably seen that in the beginning of the video. I wanna thank Mr. Brian Phillips RC. Go check him out if you're not subscribed to him yet. He turned me on to these planes. I watched a few of his videos. Let me give you a quick rundown, guys, of this plane. It's 800 millimeter wingspan. The overall length's about 750 millimeters, just over 2.5 feet, 495 grams. It's a 4500 kV EDF 50 mil, 10 blade, 30 amp ESC, 9 gram servos. You get 3 of them. You only got ailerons and elevator here, so it's like a 4-channel. You get throttle, elevator, and ailerons. Pretty sweet. They're 9 gram servos. The CG is about 75-80 mils from the leading edge of the wing. On this one here, I marked it max and minimum. And for your maiden flight, I always recommend a little bit nose heavy. That way you can keep that nose down when you're doing your half leg or your base leg, as you would call it, you know, coming in for your approach. And I'm really interested in this. It's supposed to fly on a 1300 milliamp 3S 30C minimum pack. I have those packs, but we're gonna skip right over that. Let's just shoot straight to 4S. We already know from watching it on Brian Phillips that they are gonna handle that 4S no problem. And I'm running like 95C, 120C drone packs, so we should get that extra, you know, get that extra stab. That's nice. There's a whole bunch of things you need to build this kit. A screwdriver. This is thin CA. I recommend medium CA, but this is all I got right now. Foam safe. You got to use foam safe on this, otherwise the plane will disappear. Don't tell me how I know. And I use a little bit of kicker. You know, I'll put it on one corresponding piece, and then I'll hit the kicker on the other end, and then I'll mash them together and hold them for like 15 seconds, and boom, it's hardened. Medium CA or thick CA is going to be a little better move. If you use thick, use a little less. If you use medium, you can, you know, put it where it goes, how it looks, but thins out and it doesn't grip as well, which I've learned on the Aero's Viper jet with the winglets. This has, correct me if I'm wrong, but this has, I think they call them tank tips or tip tanks, or you know, the fuel tanks that goes to the alright, so tip tanks. I think these are called tip tanks. These need to be glued on. We need 4 screws, wing to the fuselage. We glue on the horizontal stabilizer, and that's it. So super quick, super fast, super easy. I'm putting the flight video in front, so you've already seen that. What I really like is the EDF, the 50 mil EDF, hopefully you're seeing that, is easily accessible. It's magnetized with earth magnets. It has the 4500 kV motor in there, but really cool, really scale looking. This has, wow. Okay guys, I did not know that. This has a vector in it, where my Aero's Hobby did not have the vector. This has a flight stabilizer built into it already. We may not use it, we'll see. Let's dive up close, let's slap this thing together, and let's get to the field and fly. It's a beautiful day. It's still winter time here in Michigan, but it's 50 degrees outside. The wind's not kicking up too much. There's your little horizontal stabilizer, or some would call it the elevator. Get that out of here. All right, let's dive up close, guys. So here we go. We are going to simply glue on our tank tips, tank tips, I believe is what they called. So I'm gonna put some, what's going on in there? Okay, I don't think that we got, no, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. I hope one is just for if you lose one. Tank tips. Yeah, there's no sense. All right, so make sure you put these guys on the right side. It looks like there's a little groove in here that slips. The red, of course, goes forward. That piece slides in straight. That little groove inside there, I don't know if you can see it, but right there, I'm trying to get it to focus, is gonna go right here. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna just load this puppy up with some CA because we don't want it to come off in a crash, and we're gonna put it over here on this wall. Now remember, this is thin set CA, and try not to drip it out running it around. I'm gonna use a little bit of, woo, there I go, I let it drip out. I'm gonna hit this with the kicker, and then we're gonna just slowly get it lined up and push it right into place, and then let the glue, ooh, my fingers, let the glue run into the control or the winglet here, and turn it upside right, let it do its thing. Now when I do the other one, I'll make sure, see that? I pulled the paint right off of it. You don't wanna get that glue on you and then touch it. Moving on to the next one, on to the next one. Now, make sure they go this right way. Don't put it on backwards because you'll be flying like a weirdo. A little bit of freaking glue up in this joint. Ooh, that's it. I like to tip it this way so the glue runs up. Tip it this way. That one's already set up pretty good. This one here has got little glue bubbles coming out, but that's okay. We'll fix that in a minute. That's good. There's your wing all set. Let's go to the horizontal stabilizer. Your control surfaces, make sure they're freed up. Good to go. Tuck it in. Make sure you got a decent fit. The manual will show you where to put the glue at, a little bit down the tail. Super thin CA guys here, so I'm trying to be really careful with it, not running it, making it too runny. I would normally use medium. Medium is like my go-to. All right, so oop, drip, drip, oop, drip, drip. And now we're gonna kick this bad boy right up into its home. Make sure it's centered and let it do its thing. Let it set up. I make sure it's all level. Don't touch it because you'll peel the paint right off. Now simply wait for this to dry. 5 screws in this bag. I have no clue what the 5th one's for. Flip this over. First you're gonna wanna make sure you cap off your glue because I'm notorious for spilling that sheet. I'm gonna take something and just kind of run it over here. That way if there's any glue, it'll be pushed down and not. We've got the wings set here. Flip our aircraft over. So the red tip's going forward. Make sure you feed these up inside the aircraft through the fuselage before you screw it all on, or you'll hate yourself. In fact, I would put them through the hole. Make sure they went up far enough in that hole. So flip it over, pull your little tape cheater hole, and make sure that they came in far enough. Yes, that's where we are going to connect the stabilizer. I'm not sure, we'll have to read directions on that, but anyhow, I know it's intimidating seeing all the wires, but they give you some decent directions to follow, guys. So now we grab our first screw, drop it down in the hole, second screw, second hole, third screw. It really helps having a magnetized tip like this, guys. After you put this on, you really could glue the whole thing on just for funsies, but I'm probably going to change the power setup in this. Just like when you're screwing your tires on, I always do kitty corners like this to get it to screw down, make sure it's perfectly even, level, and in the right location. 2 fingers can tighten it down. You don't want to strip these out because then you got to tape the wing on or glue it on, and then there's no taking it apart and modifying it or anything of that nature. And if the screw doesn't ever stop like that, well, this one might be off just a tad. You got to find that hole. You may have to loosen up some of the other ones to get it to fall where it's supposed to go. So see, like this one isn't going in all the way. So if I loosen these guys up, it'll allow me to fit it right where it's supposed to go, and hopefully it'll start to bite the hole here. Loosened. And sometimes you might have to take it off and make sure that, you know, manufacturing was right and the quality control is proper if it didn't have stuff in it. But there we go, we sucked it in there. It's a little sensitive on where the front is. You got to kind of push it over and snug them down 2-finger tight, just snug enough that you don't blow through the foam. There is a tongue on the front of the wing set, so that kind of ensures that it does not get pulled out unless you go too tight on these and you go straight through the foam. You'll not like the outcome. Folks, tighten this bad boys down pretty good. Just like I said, 2-finger tight. The alignment's a little wonky, so just get a thread started on each and then figure out where your holes are. And then bam, boom, bang, pow. Just like that. There. Winglets are glued on. Remember, this is a belly lander, so it's got these guys here. I always like to check them, make sure they're glued perfect. Got your little hand launcher. You can actually put a finger in the hole and throw it through the cheater hole. FT452 in action. Brian Phillips, thank you, man. I am so happy that I learned the toothpick maneuver. I put one across here to keep the wires down, one box, one vertical and one horizontal to keep them over here away from your elevator, because you don't want that to kick and then get caught in a wire and then you're in trouble. One there, boom. Easy removal, easy fill and foam. Like, that's where it's at, guys. If you're not doing a toothpick mod, you're missing out. But there it is, y'all. T-33 from Arrows. Let's hit the field, boy. But there we go. I'm gonna do a little setup procedure, and then we're gonna get out and fly it, which you've already seen. If you have any questions, post them down below. I picked these planes up from Arrows. Not sponsored by them. I just decided that after seeing them fly, they were great. Inexpensive, cheap EDFs that are pretty damn good quality, guys. These things, the quality of these and the finish is really good. I bought both of these under 300 bucks total. I think they're like 150, 160 bucks a piece, or 140, 160, something like that. Do yourself a favor, buy them both and see if you can get free shipping at the same time. This is just the start of a few EDFs that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to get the full size of these as well from different companies. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for tuning in to SupremeRC. Hopefully you liked the flight footage. Hopefully we made them back home. Peace out, and I will see you next time, guys. Remember to smile. People need to see them smiles out there. It's all about smiles and cries, right? Let's put that smile on our face. We're not wearing masks no more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.